Hello everybody and welcome to this video with me, Actor Thomas. Now today I'm going to talk about a musical that is one of my most favourite stage productions I have ever seen. I myself have been lucky enough to perform a reduced version of this play, which is, I'm sure that you can tell from the title, is Phantom of the Opera. Now of course Phantom of the Opera is based on an incredibly famous French book, which was released in, I think, 1910, I think. I could be wrong. And it charts the story of a deformed opera singer called Eric, who owns a very successful Paris opera house, and he falls in love with the new singer. And of course, basically, that is still the story of Phantom of the Opera, with slight alterations. So, in this video we are going to talk about it, and I hope you enjoy. Now, it starts off in about 20 years later, and there is an auction of all of the props and backdrops and costumes and musical instruments and chandeliers, seats and everything that adorn this most famous of opera houses in Paris. Then you go all the way back into the past in the theatre's heyday, before things start going wrong. And there is two new managers brought in to the theatre. And at the same time there is a little bit of difficulty with the head female singer in the company, who is having a few... She doesn't really particularly want to perform with all the things that have been going on of late, and there is a new girl has just joined called Christine. Now, over time, Christine starts to get a little bit more opera singing time during the shows than Carlotta, who is the lady who is the lead female opera singer. And through this time, the Phantom, who's hiding in his lair, has noticed her. And through this, he begins to teach her how to be the best opera singer that she can possibly be, and be surpassing Carlotta. Now, when she does this one show, a man is in the audience who she knew from when she was a small little child, called Raoul, I think that's how you pronounce it. And after the performance, he goes to see her, and they basically declare that they've liked each other ever since they were children, and he is like, I shall take you out to dinner. Just before that can happen, the Phantom appears behind a mirror and takes her away with him, down to his lair. And this is where the Phantom declares his pure, undying love for her. Now, after a discussion about how much the Phantom loves her and everything like that, and how she says that she could grow to love him only if she was able to go back up to the surface and everything like that, she takes off his mask to discover that he is deformed, hence why he has half the face mask on. She's able to escape and back up to the surface, where she where she gets back to Raoul and tries to carry on with her life. Now, the Phantom is left brooding, and she leaves the opera house for a short time. When she finally does return, the Phantom rejoices, and he makes a large announcement to say he has created a new opera to be performed, and Christine Daae will be playing the main part in this performance. And this is where they're performing, and the actor the opera singer who was meant to be playing the part of her counterpart as the male lead doesn't arrive just on time. And when he does, he is not the person she was expecting. And she soon realises it's the Phantom. Of course, there is a chase, follows, running around, and after a while they get all taken down to the Phantom's lair, and there is a fight ensuing, and Christine survives, so does the Phantom, but the Phantom decides to leave and never to return, and Christine realises that he never meant her any harm. He just loved her dearly. Now, obviously, I know I haven't really explained that particularly well, but all I can say is, if you're ever in London at Her Majesty's Theatre, please go and see it. There are, you can see the 2004 film with Gerard Butler in, and that's okay. It's a good film. Nothing against it, but it's the idea of seeing it on stage is superb. Also, if you ever get the chance, buy the book. It's a great book. There are obviously slight changes from the musical. Obviously, that came first. But if you ever get the chance to watch it or read the book or watch the film or anything like that, you will fall in love with these characters. You'll fall in love with the Phantom, who you just discover all he really wants is to be loved by the crowds of people that come into his opera house every week, and he just wants not to have to hide away and be ashamed of what he is. He wants to be the glittering star that pulls in all of those customers and to make them fall in love with the music. And it's obviously just a beautiful love story. It's a great love story. And it's just superb. Obviously you have to thank Andrew Lloyd Webber for the music and his creative partner who wrote all the lyrics. But of course there is two people that you actually have to properly thank out there, who are of course the reason why the show is such a success from the very beginning, was the original actors, who of course were Michael Crawford, who everyone would know from Over Here in England, Some Mothers Do Have 'Em, and Sarah Brightman, who at the time when they started in 1986 was either in a relationship or married to Andrew Lloyd Webber. And it's such, like I say, it's such a multi-layered love story, because you've got the love story between the Phantom and Christine. You've got the love story between the Phantom and music. You have Christine and music. Then you also have the love of Andrew Lloyd Webber and Sarah. It's such a multi-layered love story. It's such a wonderful, I can't say it enough, it's such a wonderful story. Like I said, if you ever get the chance, please go and see it. Thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.